I saw that Star Wars girl asking whether or not this is real. And the answer is, of course it is. What, did you actually expect Disney to animate something new? Did you expect them to have some creativity? Of course not. In fact, did you expect Disney to animate? They don't do animations anymore. This is where the moneymaker is at. And some people are wondering, why do the characters not look the same as in the original? Well, how can they call you a racist when you criticize their movie? You don't understand, okay? They already came to the conclusion that the movie is absolutely perfect. In fact, it's probably the best movie that you have ever seen in your entire life. Totally worth the money that they're asking. If they're asking 70 euros for you to see this, it's actually a bargain. The only reason that anyone would criticize this masterpiece is because of racismus. You see, people that are fans of Peter Pan, they are racist, misogynist trolls. And Disney has to call them out in order to have a call to action. Okay, so the real decent people of society that stand against these hateful ideas, they now need to go and see the movie and give their money in order to stick it to the trolls. Because the troll can't sleep at night if the movie is successful. So you now need, you got a duty, you understand this? It's like going to battle. Like whether you like the movie or not, you have to do it. In order to fight against bigotry, you need to give your money to the mouse. Haha. And this is how the marketing campaign works. This is why they have race swapped the characters. But I want to help them out, you know, because like I understand where their marketing is. So I really want to do something for the company. Like if you require this type of criticism in order to sell this movie, I will help you out. So I will now write Peter Pan for the modern audience. All right? Like modern audience, you're in luck. I am here. I will write it. The story is about a migrant boy, Peter Pan. And Peter Pan, he dreams of a better life across the border. And one day, he finds himself into the marginalized Compton, where Tinkerbell gives him some pixie dust. However, the evil ice policeman, Captain Hook, is now following Peter Pan, and he must evade the police officer in order to get away from arrest and deportation. Is that not a good story for a modern? Is it not a vibrant, rich, progressive American story, huh? You would watch that, wouldn't you? Be honest. And by the way, I stole this from Twitter, like some other person said. But it was really funny. Yeah, I mean, if you actually look at the academic papers, this is something that many people do not realize. They do this on purpose. Like, if you get a hold of a script for one of these movies, usually the races of the characters, they're pure open, right? So, if you look at the Powerpuff Girls script, they say that they can be any race. So, Buttercup can be Asian, Blossom can be American Indian, whatever. The only people that have to be of a specific race are the villains. So, in the case of the Powerpuff Girls script, which is a TV show that never came out, thank God, the villain was the son of Mojo Jojo. Now, Mojo Jojo, within the actual TV show, got killed by the Powerpuff Girls. So his son was now the villain because his father was killed. And the only person within the script that had to be of a specific ethnicity was the son of Mojo Jojo. He had to be a straight white man. And I assume like this is the same what Disney does, right? So Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, they can be of any ethnicity whatsoever. It doesn't matter. But the only person that has to be the straight white guy is the villain. In this case, Captain Hook. So this is how they're casting it. Like, if you get a hold of the script, you can ask industry insiders if you do not believe me. The only one... And you know, I didn't even notice this shit. Like, I wasn't even into this until I heard the critics in the media, the critics writing all of these blogs on Twitter. Like, they're the ones that constantly point out how important this diversity is, right? Because you need to represent yourself. Like, when you're watching a show, you need to find representation. So basically, I need to represent myself with Captain Hook. If I watch the Batman, I need to represent myself with the Joker. Like, this is what they're tacitly implying. And by the way, I don't even care. Because at the end of the day, this does not interest me. Like, this is not for me, as they say. I can remain disinterested longer than they can stay solvent. In fact, this should be my channel motto. We can stay disinterested longer than you can stay solvent. Because we got anime, we got South Korean movies, we got other type of entertainment that's good. Like, for example, older movies, older video games. I have things to do. I don't have to watch this. And by the way, it's not the casting or anything like that. It's just that I've already seen Peter Pan. I already know what's going to happen. I don't need to see it again. And all of this nostalgia, you ruined it. I mean, how many shows from my childhood do you have to constantly ruin until I'm going to admit that, okay, well, maybe you do not have the ability to recreate the magic that once was. And then I don't watch it. So, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what they're doing. You know, they can do whatever. I'll just remain disinterested. I do have to say, though, that the trailer for Peter Pan at least looks better than the trailer for Ariel. The special effects, I mean. The special effects for Ariel, especially the way they did Sebastian. Holy shit. Like, there is someone that looked at that picture and said, you know what, people will pay money for this. Like, this is going to sell. I don't know what they were thinking. But at least with Peter Pan, it actually looks better. And by the way, like, Peter Pan already had a movie. I actually like that more. So, I'm filled up with Peter Pan. I don't need to see yet another one. But I am curious, like, when is it that Disney will do something original, right? Like, what is the last original thing that they did? Was it Frozen? Or did they do something else that managed to flop after Frozen and I didn't even hear about it? Because I'm really interested, I'm curious, you know? But I don't think that they can even capture the magic, the romance. I mean, they think Snow White is a rape story because when she is in the coma, the prince kisses her and that wasn't with consent, so... Right? Like, they cannot just write the magic that used to be. Enjoyed watching Princess and the Frog. And that wasn't because of representation. Like, Princess and the Frog was promoting relatability. It was a person that was working very hard. And because of that, she was ignoring the people around her. She was ignoring life. She was ignoring friendship. I mean, that speaks to people regardless of color. If you're a person that is inundated by work to the point where you don't notice the people around you, you're going to relate with the princess. And that was what Disney was focusing on back then. But they're not focusing on that now. They can't do the magic anymore. They can just copy. Let me know what you guys think, though. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.